When I first played Fate Grand Order about 2 years ago, a couple of months after it initially came out, I had two accounts. One of them is now the Jack account, as you guys know, and the Gil account. Um, Initially, I would play the Jack account a lot more, and I would just have the Gil account on the side for scouting. If I ever had the temptation to scout, I would go to the Gil account and just do random scouts. I didn't really play with it that much, mainly because it only had Gilgamesh in it, and my Jack account had a lot more servants that I could use, like Saber and whatnot. But eventually, I pulled another servant in the Gil account that made me play it a bit more, but not too much. And that servant was Ruler, or John d'Arc. And at first, I was actually kind of disappointed, mainly because, as you guys might know, I wanted to unite Gilgamesh and his wife. I don't care what anyone says, his wife, Arturia. So getting Ruler instead of Saber was kind of like, but I grew to like her. I started using her, and I started to see her worth. Granted, when I first started the game, I was really noobish, so I didn't even know what the fuck a ruler was. In fact, I didn't even give a fuck about rulers or John d'Arc or anything like that. So obviously, I had already bias towards her. I was like, damn it, it's not Arturia. I hate you for coming to me. But eventually grew to like her. And about a month after I pulled her, I pulled another guy, or not another guy, but another servant, another 5-star servant, and it was Kintoki, Sakata Kintoki, Berserker 5-star, during the New Year's Gacha of 2016, where Gilgamesh also had a raid up. I was obviously aiming for Gilgamesh, just so I could MP to him, but then I got Kintoki instead. So, needless to say, I was also biased towards him. I was like, really? I got this guy out of everyone. And mind you that I initially really disliked him, mainly because of his design. You look at him and you're like, there's really nothing wrong with him, right? But my brother instilled this image in me that until this day, it still fucks with me, but not as much as when I first pulled him, or when I first saw him. He kind of looks like, and I hope I don't ruin anyone's image of him, but he kind of looks like Armin from Attack on Titan, just really buff and ripped and shit. So for a while, my group, my friends and my brother would call him Buff Armin. Like, we didn't even call him Kintoki. We'd just say, oh, it's Buff Armin. Oh, go bring Buff Armin. He could defeat any enemy, any servant. So I didn't really like him when I first pulled him. But just like John, as I used him more and more, I started to like him as a character rather than just looking at his design and being right away biased. So that's gonna lead us to our kinda longer and kinda more complicated question of the day. Are there any servants, just like with me, with Kintoki and even John, that you disliked at first, but as you got to use them, or maybe you read more about them, maybe you watched the anime, who knows, and you grew to like them? So obviously that was the case with me, with John and Kintoki. So the fact that they're both here right now in this gacha, it's kind of fate that I have to pull at least one of them. Now, a few weeks ago I tried pulling John, failed, and I said I was gonna save for Jack the Ripper, but I did not know John was gonna have another raid up. So circumstances obviously changed, and I'm gonna be aiming for John. Of course, that's not up to me. Kintoki's right there. I might get him. I might even get Saint Martha, or even Saber Altar, who I never pulled in any of my accounts. So if I pull Saber Altar, I'll be a little bit fine. But I already have NP5 Chev and Altera, who's fully ascended. So yeah. Also, another story. I'm sorry if I'm talking a bit too much, but after I pulled, well, not even another story, just a continuation. So I only had 3 5-stars initially in my Gil account. It was Gilgamesh, John d'Arc, and Kintoki, and they were my only 5-stars for the longest. But back in the day, those 3 were like the top tier servants, so getting through enemies was not a problem. And of course, I have some sentimental feelings with them, because of course Gilgamesh, you guys already know, but Gilgamesh, Ruler, and Gilgamesh, Ruler, or Gilgamesh, John, and Kintoki, sorry, Um, those three were like the team, man. They like Gil and Kentucky are more synergistic than John. John is obviously an arts-based servant, but those three carried me throughout the almost the entire game up until Camelot, I think. So obviously it would be quite poetic if here in the English app that I would be able to pull both of them again and then pretty much do the same thing that I did before, but that might not be the case, obviously. So I do want John a bit more than Kentucky just because I have an NP2 Vlad, and I was initially aiming for John anyway. I would have skipped this gacha completely if John wasn't here, and I would have waited for Jack the Ripper. But obviously circumstances have dictated that we must scout here. And if we get Kentucky, I'll be happy still, so I still like him. As for the craft essences, obviously this just came out for the English, the Black Grail, so this is actually a pretty good craft essence, especially when you limit break it. So hopefully I at least get this, and if I get a 4-star servant, I'm honestly hoping for St. Martha more. I don't have a gold rider, so she would be more useful than Saber Alter pretty much, just because I have again Altera and an NP5 Chev. So enough bullshitting. Let's see if we're gonna be able to get either Kentucky or John, or even both. If we get both, man, it's EX luck, man. And again, all these quartz didn't pay a dime. I was saving pretty much. If you guys don't know, I am not gonna spend for the English version of the game just because I've already spent in the Japanese, and it just seems kind of redundant to spend for the same game pretty much. So our first roll, Ushiwakamaru. Okay, we have a couple of tickets, and I've seen some people pulling this gacha on YouTube, and they pulled pretty broken, and I'm hoping that happens for me as well. But that 1% chance to get a 5-star is kind of a big deal. So yeah, at least hope for the Black Grail. At least the Black Grail. That's a bit more realistic. So can we at least get the Black Grail? Who knows? Who knows? Of course, John would be nice. Oh, we got this CE. I think this is a new CE as well. I think it applies sure hit or something like that. Yeah, applies sure hit, quick card effectiveness by 8% for yourself. It's not bad, but later in the game, it's not gonna be as useful as the Black Grail. The Black Grail is pretty much useful till this day for the Japanese version of the app. So it's cool. We got a 4-star CE. That's good. But come on, give us that good. That's not the good, but I think we have 3 of those. So if we get 2 more, we can live and break that. So that's not bad. I could give that to Vlad, and Vlad's NP will be a bit stronger. So that's not bad at all. We're getting a lot of CEs. Our only servant. This is a new CE as well. What does it do? Terrible. Just automatically terrible. So far we got 2 out of the 3 new rated up CEs. At least I think that's the only it's only 3 of them, right? Yeah, this is old, and I'm pretty sure that's old as well. So come on, Black Grail, come on. You know you want to come, Black Grail. Oh, another servant, finally. It's a rider. Can you spark though? No, you won't spark. It's Ushiwakamaru again. Okay, Ushiwakamaru really likes us. Apparently she really likes us. And, you know, I don't have a problem with a female liking me, but come on now. Oh, I thought it was gonna spark for a sec. And I've seen people got spooked by Tamamo Cat. I really hope that doesn't happen to me. I seriously hope that doesn't happen to me, because there's nothing worse than getting spooked by a servant with the same class as the one you're aiming for, and then you get your hopes high, and then all of a sudden it just comes crashing down, and you just can't sleep at that point. You can't sleep, you don't want to eat, you don't want to take a shower, you just want to lie down and get fucked in the asshole pretty much. I don't know. Rider? We're getting a lot of riders. If it's Ushiwakamaru again, okay, it's Medusa. But can you at least give us Martha? I mean, you know, why not? I'm still hoping for that Black Grail. That's not a Black Grail, it's another one of those. Wow. Alright, our last ticket of Destiny. Will we get something? It's a golden ticket, and here's the golden boy himself, Kintoki. Will he come? I don't know. I don't know. It is a servant, though. It's a berserker. There's a fly flying around in my room. I wonder if you guys saw that, but okay. Obviously, we didn't get anything. So, one single and then a 10 roll. And then I'm really nervous, man. Because I won't have a lot of quartz after this. Because, again, I won't buy quartz for this version of the game. Ugh. At least the Black Grail. Come on. At least. Servant, okay. Berserker, can you spark though? No, absolutely you will not. Fucking Darius the Third. And again, guys, this is the English app, so I'm not gonna be too bummed out, honestly. The Japanese account is mainly where I want to pull my best servants, whereas the English, I'm mainly playing it for the story and for some translations. It would be nice to see. Oh wow, you just need one more of that, and then. Well then shit. One more and then we can limit break that. Why not? So we are getting a lot of C's. Oh, come on, Black Grail, at least. At least. Come on. Oh man. We got Black Keys. It's not a Black Grail, but it is Black Keys. Servant. This is probably a guaranteed servant, right? It's a berserker. And it did not spark gold. Wait, no, our guaranteed servant was Darius, I think. But whatever, we got Kiyohime. At least it's not Tomo Lancer. Or not Tomo Lancer, Tomo Cat. I think I already have her in this account too. So if she comes again, oh man. We're going in. We are going in. Come on. It's a rider. Can you spark? No, you will not spark. So I don't think we're gonna get anything that spectacular in these rolls, which is, I guess, fine. Again, not at least a Black Grail. No, not Black Grail. Is this our last one? I don't know. I can't count, obviously. Yeah, that's our last one. So, wow, we got. I just realized we got 2 Rinseys. Okay then. I mean, we need one more of this to limit break it. So in that sense, this is not a bad roll, I guess. But damn, I was really hoping for a bit better, at least one Black Grail. So unfortunately, despite me pouring my heart out and talking about John and Kintoki and how them plus Gilgamesh dominated pretty much the first half of the game, we did it together. They did not want to come this time around, which again, I'm totally fine with it. I think my account right now is pretty good. Honestly, it's actually pretty fun using servants I've never really used before. Like I never pulled Altera, so obviously I never really used her aside from support. Same thing with Vlad, never really used him. Carmilla, never really used her. Hans, I definitely never used him. Uchi Wakamaru, never really. Bathory, I think I've used her every now and then. I think she was the servant I picked for the free 4-star back in the Japanese. And Shev is obviously my boy, so I'm happy with Shev. And of course, Gilgamesh is my king. So can't complain too much. This is still a decent account for a free-to-play account. Obviously, I'm sure there's people watching who are like, oh, I have gold all the way around. I have John, I have Gilgamesh, and that's all well and good. But if you paid for the game, you can't really compare yourself to me. That's just kind of unfair. So yeah, like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you disliked it for whatever reason. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought about my subpar rolls, and of course answer the question of the day: are there any servants you disliked at first, but as time went on you grew to like that servant or servants? Let me know if you guys have any experiences with those kind of servants, any of those kind of characters really. And of course, if you're not subscribed already, subscribe to become a supporting character to me, the main character, because without you guys I would be the only character. There's no fun in being the only character. You know what I mean? You know what I mean.